The significance of having stable housing and food for an individual is extremely crucial because having stable housing allows you to have a place to rest and, get proper nutrition that is required for you to go about everyday life. If one does not have housing or food and shelter for themselves, it's going to be very hard to do any task at all because they're not going to have any energy to do anything, and they're just their day is just going to be much more difficult because getting rest and eating is your health is the most important thing. If you don't have good health, you're not going to be able to succeed at anything in life. And why do we not provide these basic necessities for all people that live and come to America? Well, the unfortunate truth about that is that we just eventually we would run out. There's no way we would be able to afford to house and give shelter to every single immigrant that comes to the country. There's already enough homeless people that are citizens, so it would be near impossible to accommodate for every single person. Um, However, what is the value of having to work hard for what one has? I would say the biggest value in that is having an appreciation for your belongings. If you're constantly just being handed something for free without having to work for it, you're not going to really appreciate it or value it the same way you would as, you're working 40 to 50 hours a week to get the house you want or something along those lines. So I think it instills great character and it lets you learn and appreciate hard work and dedication for something that you want. Question number 5. Why are people of opposite social classes less likely to get married than people of similar social class standings? Well, this goes back to, each social class standings having stereotypes of the other. So, someone who's poor might look at a rich person and think they're snotty, they're bratty, they're unappreciative. They don't know what hard work is, and they think they're better than everybody. And on the contrary, a rich person might look at a poor person as not being smart enough to get a good job. They might look beneath them, like the stereotype says. They might think they're dirty. They might think they're incapable of getting a house and things along those lines. So when you have those two negative stereotypes about each group, it's going to be very hard for them to want to be with one another because their lifestyles are completely different, and their morals and beliefs might also be completely different. Um, why do these stereotypes exist? I mean, I would say these exist just because we live in a very judgmental society. I believe that a lot of people, rather than trying to get to know the person, they just kind of make whatever judgment comes to mind just off a visual inspection of a person, and I don't think that's the proper way to do something, to make judgment of a person. I believe you should never judge a book by its cover because I personally I've seen many people that in the past that I thought I wouldn't get along with, or I thought they were a certain way, but when you actually sit down and have a conversation with them, you quickly find out that you have much more in common than what you initially thought.